Crafty Toads, and this is our floss tube number three. This is our stitching, cross stitching
hair and makeup.
Yes, because gotta
We've been outside gardening.
Oh my god, we spent this part of the morning pulling up,
And it's not gardening, it's removing poison ivy.
yeah, pulling up weeds and vines and poison ivy and all sorts of lovely things, and now I itch from head to toe.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I have it like underneath my hair.
I have it in my ear and on my earlobe.
It's a mess.
In actuality, I have it on my wrist, but
It's invading everything.
yes.
So we are the Crafty Toads. I am Mary Beth. You can find me all over as Mary Beth 494.
And I'm Helen, and you can find me as HelenHG69.
And we are the creative hands and minds behind Toad Hollow, where we dye yarn and make bags for creative people. And this is some of our yarn that we have hanging on grid wall behind us that we need to restock.
Yes, yeah. The grid wall has many empty spots.
Right. All right. But this is not our knitting podcast. This is our cross-stitching podcast, and we are coming to update you on Stitch Mania because, except for one day, I have started something new every day.
Except for the beginning where I was doing whips. I have started something.
Yeah.
And I even made up for the day.
I will make up for the day. It's just I need a day that doesn't have a whole bunch of other stuff in it so I can start something in the morning and then start something in the afternoon. Because I don't want to do it where I put in 7 stitches and then say, okay, that's a start. I'm moving on to something else. I want to be able to devote whatever time I have, that chunk of time, to one project.
Right.
Because I get excited about it and start doing things, and then
I don't want to put it down.
I don't want to put it down, right? So I want to have some time, a day where I have a little bit of time in the morning and a little bit of time in the afternoon, and I will start 2 different projects then. And it may be June 1st, who knows?
Yeah.
But I will get 31 started.
Crazy. We have 2 dogs who sometimes make themselves known, Spike and Drusilla. And Spike is about to start barking at a reflection.
Maybe not. Maybe he'll
Which is why I'm
he'll
calling
get
him
distracted
crazy. And Drusilla is looking for a bone.
yeah. They've already had their treats, so hopefully everybody's gonna be quiet. They're gonna lay down and be quiet. Good boy. You're such a good boy. All right. Shall we get started? Because we've got a lot.
Yes.
We've got 14
We have
each.
since May 9th we have to show.
Right. Starting May 9th. Would you like to start or shall I?
So, sure, I'll start.
Okay, go ahead.
May 9th for me was the Teresa Kogut Halloween March. I believe this was a new one at market this year. We got it in a stack of other market items that we purchased. Not at market, but from the Country Cottage? No. Cottage Needleworks?
Country Cottage Needleworks?
Country Cottage Needleworks?
They're designers.
I don't know. We got it
from the store.
We got it from a store on Etsy. So, that was my starch. I don't want everybody to feel bad about how much I got done. There you go. That's the top corner. All started.
May 9th was obviously a day that we did not have a ton of time.
I didn't get much done before I passed out.
Okay.
So,
I did Miss Harriet Hair Cotton by the Primitive Hair. I had started the other 3. There are 4 altogether. Silk, linen, wool, and then cotton. So this is the 4th one, and that's as far as I got. The C and part of the O.
got a little bit further than I did.
Not terribly much. I am doing this on, I'm going to say 18 count Ada.
18, yeah.
18 count Ada. I have, while Helen is getting her next one ready, I will show you. This is a piece of Ada that we got from Michael's or Joann's, one of them, that is enormous. So I have many different starts on it, on all different sides.
I have several of my fabrics. It's going to be, okay.
On this side.
On this piece, I have it here.
But it's a nice piece of, I love the feel of this. And I really enjoy stitching this. So you may see Tabitha's tail.
I mean, her head was just in it. So.
Okay, that is Tabitha. She's one of our cats. For those of you that are new, you may not have seen her yet. She's decided to come show her contribution.
Hi. I'm working. Thanks.
All right, you're up.
Okay. So May 10th, I started the Kingfisher by Nimue.
Love her patterns.
We had a viewer said, hey, go check out Nimue about a month ago.
And we said, okay.
So we went and checked out Nimue and yeah, love her stuff. So that's what I got done. It is just the top of the fairy's head. So right there is what I got done. This is on 32 count Belfast linen. And I wrote down that I really enjoyed stitching. I'm loving the Nimue pattern. I have always been in love with this particular image and the idea that I'm going to put it on cross stitch. Just really, I'm so excited. So.
My start for May 10th is Teresa Kogut. It is Moon Dance. And that is what it looks like. I did not realize when I started this that she does this on black cotton or black fabric, and then all the black stitches are actually negative relief. So she's not stitching wherever it's black. So the fact that she gets the shape of the trees by not stitching that stitch is really amazing.
Yeah.
We have started putting all our strands of floss on cards, on thread cards. And I also, not only do I put the number next to it, but next to it I put the key, so that all I have to do is look at my thread card instead of trying to juggle all the different pages and stuff like that. For this one, I had started, I'm not doing it on black. I am doing it on, again, the Ada cotton in the oatmeal.
Do you use that charcoal or like the onyx?
That's what I'm thinking. So what I'm going to do is, wherever she's got the negative, I'm actually going to have to stitch in black. I haven't gotten terribly far with this, so I could start it over again on black fabric. And I did order some black fabric from 123 Stitch.
Did you order black?
I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did.
I'm scared to stitch on black.
I don't know, maybe I didn't.
I can't see as it is.
I mean, we're going to see when the order comes, because really that order is going to be pretty much a surprise. I was pretty tired when we were doing that. Anyway, I have one line of stitches going up for this. That is as far as I got. But it's going well so far, and it's just a matter of, do I just do the extra stitches in black, which is fine.
Yeah.
You know, I may just do that and just do those. But I have a cat's back twitching at me right here.
She's actually sitting on your glasses. Where are we? May 11th. May 11th. I should take that out. Hold on.
Talk amongst yourselves. I'm sorry, is that not comfortable sitting on my glasses? You moron.
I started the Cricut collection Fresh Eggs. I love this pattern so much. I was so excited to start it. And then that quickly dissipated. And I picked, I love the color of the fabric I picked. It's a pink Ada Picture This Plus that was gifted to us. But you can't see that's the letters there. And you just can't see it. So I'm going to have to restart this on a different color or change the color of the letters. But, so that was my tale of woe for Fresh Eggs.
appear to be attached. What day? May 12th?
Actually, May 11th.
May 11th?
We seem to be having, I don't know whether it's us. I can't imagine we're reading the patterns wrong. But in reading the patterns and saying how big things are going to be, we're starting to think that maybe that's not right.
Well, we watched a couple of floss tubers, and theirs seem to be much, much bigger, and it seems to be along the same, they're not exactly the same ones we're doing, but they're along the same lines. However, going by the stitch count and the thread count, it should work.
It should. It's just, I mean, that is one, that's the E.
Where are you getting, okay, for fresh or, oh, the eggs.
No,
That's
the
a
eggs.
pretty big E.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Where's the egg? You're supposed to fit fresh up here? Oh, that's the top of it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, at least it's at the top and not the bottom.
Oh yeah, no, that's, but,
I don't know.
so, we'll see.
Yeah, this is all a learning experience. And it's just an expensive one. That's all.
Well, that's what, I mean, the joy of Stitch Mania, it's like, oh, I tried it on that. Well, that didn't work. So
Right.
I'm going to be starting it again.
I am going to be starting a couple of mine.
Yeah, I have a couple of mine that I'm going to have to start again. Either because the threads, the floss is wrong, or the fabric's wrong. I hate the fabric.
I have a needle stuck in here. I have needles stuck in all over the place. I was saying to Helen, we need to get more needles because I don't know where any of my needles are, and now I know. They're all in my projects. All right. May 11th for me is Winter is Coming by Madame Chantilly. I've already started Autumn is Coming. And I love this one. I am doing this on 18 count Shale Ada. That was a gift that was gifted to us. You can just see down at the bottom where I have started my stitches. So it's the little bit down at the bottom that I'm doing. So that is as far as I've gotten so far. I am hoping that this is going to show up a little bit better when I get more stitches in there. We shall see.
Because the white shows up great. The gray is not so much.
But the gray I think is supposed to, because there's
Kind of
white
blend in.
around it, so I
Okay.
think it's supposed to blend
just
in a
like
little
dirty
bit.
snow.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that's what's going to happen. Fingers crossed.
My next one, May 12th, is What a Wonderful World by Stitch Rovia. I love her color palette so much. And she's going to show up a couple more times. And I'm doing this on green 32 count linen that I had purchased from a local knitting store to us. I tried using it on something else when we first started cross stitching because I was so excited to try linens, and I hated working on it. And I was like, I'm never going to work on linen. I'm only working on native. And then I worked on some other linen, and that worked out okay. So I decided I'd try this again, and it was actually much better. You know, daylight and sleep make wonderful things. So this is how far I got. So this is just the top corner of the pattern there. So I'm really enjoying her patterns. And show you another one in a little bit.
Ow, 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 please stop.
I'm beating Mary Beth on the side.
I have a demon hellcat sitting right here.
If you hadn't guessed, the animals run this house. They allow us to
Access.
work and food and feed them. But other than that, they run the roost. There is no law and order.
Okay,
You're trying to figure out what side it is.
I'm just going to point this out, okay?
Is that the back?
This is, I am doing for May 12th, I am doing Fast Food by Madame Chantilly, which I adore. Compared to my first couple of starts, okay. I'm trying to get this situated so I can show it. That's the back. That's how nice the back looks. That's the front. How beautiful is that? I love this. I think it's so pretty.
Yeah.
Really, really pretty. And I like the way it's showing up on this fabric. This fabric was gifted to us. I'm going to say it's probably 16 count.
16 or 14, maybe 14. I think it's 14.
No, I think this is 16. I think I have one on 14
Okay.
that's bigger. But this is, I love the way the greens are showing up on the kind of sagey
gray, yeah.
green color. I really like that. So, Madame Chantilly fast food.
This is another one of my fabrics where I think I have 3 things going on this fabric. The one I'm about to show you is going to come out. So.
Back in there. We watched somebody and they were putting everything in plastic gallon baggies. I said, you know what? Why are they putting them all in plastic gallon baggies? Whereas, use project bags.
Right.
Well, I don't have 31 project bags, and gallon plastic baggies are really great for keeping everything together where it belongs.
And keeping it away from hair.
And creatures. Although our cats and dogs are really very, very good as far as our
it's more
craft stuff.
The hair that's floating around. Okay, May 13th is Scenes of Summer by Homespun Elegance. And I got the top of the S done, and it's on my Picture This Plus Heartland Linen, 32 count. And the only thing is, she calls for weeks and, weeks mostly, and gentle art. But she gives you the DMC conversion, so I use the DMC conversion to start it. And then we watched Priscilla and Chelsea's Real Housewives with Fat Quarter Shop discussing Fancy Floss and showing the variegations and everything. So we ordered all our Fancy Floss. So we ordered Fancy Floss for a couple of projects, and this is one of the ones that we ordered it for, because if you can see in her picture the variegation on the summer. Holding that out. Okay. The letters. And so that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take this out and use the proper threads.
Which should be coming hopefully by this weekend.
Yeah, I got a notification that my order had shipped.
However, yours is not the weeks.
No, mine's
You're the-
everything else.
Yeah. Because now she's pissed off.
There's
13.
nothing like a pissed off Tabitha.
May 13th.
May 13th.
May 13th for me is Goat Load by Plum Street Sampler. I'm really quite excited about this. I had gotten some of the Fancy Floss to do this when we were at the Stitching Post in Maryland. On our way home from Maryland Sheep and Wool, we stopped. I got the pattern and I got the Fancy Floss to go with it. So I have started this. I am doing this on, again, I think it's 16 count Aida. This one is kind of stiff, but it's okay. I don't mind. I love the way that the flower is showing up. I mean, that is
It's
really,
so pretty.
really pretty. Really, really nice. So, that is as far as I've gotten on that one. That is day 13.
Did I do anything on this one?
Okay. Well, you did something.
This is another one that is probably going to be restarted for Fancy Floss. It's actually what precipitated us to go for get the new stuff from Market. So I just fell in love with this. Okay, so plastic. Okay. So it's the Teresa Kogut Believe, and I just love him so much. And he is on even weave, and he's a full coverage piece, so it doesn't you know, once I get all the color work going. But I'm thinking, especially for Santa, I want the fancy floss called for, because I want the variegation in his coat and everything. So once I get the floss, I'm going to see, I can't remember whether I got the floss for the background or not, because this is all just a bunch of like, neutrals, so that's going to be tons of fun. But I do know that the green of the border, I knew I was waiting for the fancy floss for that, because that, you can kind of tell how many different shades there are in just that one green. So
All right, my next one is, we actually got this the first time we went to the stitching post on our way back from a baby shower back in
January.
Was it January? It was January.
Yeah, she was the end of January.
January. There are 4 sections to it. It is the Histoire de Mouton.
The history of sheep.
The history of sheep. This
No,
is
not
part
French.
1. So this is by the Jardin Privé, and it's Natalie Sichon is the designer. I am starting up in the upper left-hand corner, and that is what I have done so far. This is on 16 count Fiddler's Ada that we got from Michael's and washed. But this is just, you know, I see these and I'm like, oh, I need to work on that.
Okay, we'll talk about this once we're done showing everything, the whole Stitch Mania
Yeah.
thing, because I have thoughts.
Okay. All right. Okay. Up next.
Up next is
What's that color?
I know, you know, you
That
go
is
through
big.
and we're doing all the, like the primitive type, and you've got the Americana and the softer, more primitive colors.
That's
So
about
often,
to stop.
You need a little color. So
Why not go, you know, like in your face?
It's actually green. I am doing the Happy Halloween by Satsuma Street, and I will more than likely also turn it into a pillow. But look at this color. Oh, look at that color. I love that. So it's on 18 count Ada, which is really turning into my preferred fabric until I get my Picture This Plus stuff.
I like the 16 and the 18.
Yeah, I don't like 14. I don't like 14 and I don't like 28 because I don't like the coverage of it. I love the coverage of 18. I haven't gone as high as 36 count linen yet. 32 is so far enough for me, but I just love that. So
My next
that's May
one.
15th, halfway through Mania.
Yeah, you're gonna start noticing like a trend.
Oh, Teresa Kogut.
Teresa Kogut shows up
Yeah.
a lot. However, I love her stuff. This is her flying lessons. I'm sorry, really?
Oh my God.
Santa with sheep?
Yeah.
Come on. I mean, how can you not? So I have started
I love the border.
the border. I really like the border with the stripes, and then there's green going through it too. I am waiting to do the green bit because that we are going to get the fancy floss for and get the variegations on that. But I figured for the starting point with the black line and then the red lines in between, you don't need the variation on that. That can just be, the way I'm thinking of it is, if it's a straight line, like one line of stitches, how much variation are you going to see in the
Or if it's
color?
like the trees, the branch is just like one line.
That's the thing.
If it's a full long branch, then you probably want the variegation.
Right, but like those simple one line trunk of stitches type of thing, I think it's going to be fine with the DMC. So this is the next one. It's a good one. It's a good one. I'm sorry?
Can I see your iPad?
Yeah.
This doesn't have a good picture and I have to show it.
Okay.
So,
Shall I do my next one?
Yeah.
Okay, what day are we on?
16.
The 16th. Oh, okay. I'll talk about my 16th. All right. I don't know where mine is.
Did you turn it off?
Yes, I did. Okay. For the 16th, I started the Skeleton Crew by the Cricut Collection. I did it on... Do you remember what color I was doing it on?
I think it was like a parchment color.
I can't find the fabric. Otherwise, I'd show it.
It didn't work.
It didn't work. The problem was I started on the bottom with the fish. I love the fact that we have ghost fish going across the bottom. I'm just totally in tune with that. But anything white wasn't showing up. And there's an awful lot of white on this. So I could change the color of the thread and make it more of a grayish white if I wanted to. However, I really kind of like the fact that it's the bright white. Also, I have no idea where the fabric is. So it's not even like I can find it and start working on it. So
it was thrown in a fit of pique.
I really don't know what I did with it. It's somewhere. It's probably on the mess of the kitchen table somewhere. However, what I'm going to do is I know I ordered some fabric with this in mind, and I'm going to transfer this over and start this over again on colored fabric so that all the white is going to show up. And I'm pretty sure I got like a slaty blue color so that all the different colors should show up beautifully. So I'm very excited about that.
Sorry, my next pattern didn't come with a picture, and I want to show.
Did you find it?
Yeah. It's the cottage needle. Okay, so my May 16th start was Entomology by the Cottage Needle on Etsy. And I'm doing it on an oatmeal colored Aida, 18 count Aida. So I knew that the white was not going to show up very well. So I switched out the colors, which is what I wanted to show. So. And I really love the color I chose. So I went with like a deep royal purple for it, which is really, I'm hoping these colors show. It's very dark here. So I just think that this color purple is just going to go so well with the jewel tones of the bugs.
So what are you doing? Are you starting the border underneath?
I'm doing like this top border here.
Ah, gotcha.
Is what I've started. So I just thought the purple would go really well with the bugs. So.
I think that's beautiful. That's okay. All right.
We're getting there. We're on May 17th.
Okay. The 17th. No, I'm on the... Oh, wait, you just did the 16th.
Yeah.
So I'm doing the 17th. All right. My May 17th is my mouse from Lola Lotta Designs.
Oh, the colors on yours this is so pretty.
Oh, look. There's dog hair. Actually, you know what?
Oh, you need to find it? Okay.
Again, she does not include pictures.
We are just not very prepared.
No, we were prepared.
We were prepared. I mean, it took us an hour to get everything in order and everything. So I will do my next one because my next one is probably my most favorite thing I've stitched so far. So my next one is Dance Sing Live by again by Stitch Rovia. And look at this. The colors, it's not my stitching or anything like that, or my progress. I just love the colors of that. Again, it's so dark. Hopefully on the bigger screen that'll show up. that is the beginning of the border. Right there. So. Seagulls, we live on an island.
My next one is The Mouse Walking His Snail by Lola Lotta Designs.
I love those mice.
I know, I really do. And honestly, the amount of personality that she gets in the mouse and the snail is just unreal. I am doing this. This one is on 14 count Silver Moon Ada fabric that was a gift. And please pay no attention to the strings on the back. Wait.
Or the hair. I think that is back.
That is the back. Oh, I know what this is. I have 2 different color greens going and I have 2 different needles going. That's what it is. And this is one of the few that I don't have a needle minder on, so I just have needles and threads all over. But that is where I am so far. And I think the color is just showing up so magnificently on this fabric. The 14 I think is a little bit big for me. However, I'm not completely opposed to it because I'm blind as a bat. I shouldn't say that because I'm really not. But I do have a little bit of problem seeing
I don't like the coverage.
the smaller.
I think with the X, to me, the X's are too big.
I don't know. See? What do you think? I think that looks really pretty.
I guess it's like you're strangled knitting. You just
Oh my God, would you stop?
tighter.
So that's how as far as I have gotten. That is Lola Lotta Designs, The Mouse Walking His Snail.
My next one is my last Stitchovia.
This one I love so much.
Yeah.
I really love this.
My tower of bags is falling.
I can't imagine.
So this is the kitchen is the heart of the home. And that's the full pattern. And we got it because our stove is pretty much exactly that. Stove right there. Again, love, love, love her color palette. It's on 18 count white Ada. And that's the top of the border and then the pot rack. The start of the pot rack. So I love that. I can't.
Oh.
These are some I can't wait to come back to. So,
All right, here.
oh, did you find your ship?
I found my ship. All right, see.
Going back to the ghost ship.
Right, so remember the ghost ship. See, you can see part of the green, but you really can't see the white.
I can't see the white at all.
Neither can I.
Did you do white? Are you
Yes.
sure you did white? Oh, there it is. Okay.
It's in his tail, but it's not white, it's cream.
Yeah, no, that just doesn't
And it
work
just
at all.
gets lost
Yeah.
completely in it.
It needs
so
a dark fabric.
that's why I am moving on to using it for something else. Using this fabric for my next one. My next one is the Jardin de Privé Au Fil de Moi. It's Year of Months. And
Look at that French background coming back.
look at that. I love this. I just really, really, really love this. Now, having just said that you couldn't see anything with that, what do? The first month I'm doing is January, and there's a snowman. So I may be outlining him. I don't know. I'm going to see how it looks when all the pieces are together and everything's there, but I may have to outline his body. I'm not sure. I loved stitching this. I just had such a good time doing that. It did not go terribly fast because I am not a terribly fast stitcher, but I really, really, really enjoyed it. I really had fun doing the tree. I love the tree.
That's
I don't know
very
why.
cool. Yeah.
But
Trees are
I
gonna
like
be
that
your
one.
thing. lost my fabric.
What fabric?
Ah, there it is.
Okay. If I didn't insist on putting everything back in its stupid little plastic bag, might go faster. Okay,
All right, so
next up.
May 19th. May 19th, we actually had some stitching time. So I started another Nimue fairy. It's the titmouse with the fairy. And I love the cricket on the fairy's head. So I started that one, and I decided to use the pink from my fresh eggs. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'll just use that for this instead. So I will take out, this is, you can see, there's the fresh eggs. So what I have done is, this is the bottom center piece of the branch coming out. So that's that. And I really like how it's showing up on the pink. And I think I'm going to see, it calls for her wings to be done with cream silk, which I'm not even sure. I guess it's just a cream colored silk I'm supposed to find to do her wings, which I do not have. And I'm thinking I might stitch the outline of her wings and see what it looks like doing the outline and then the embellishments and leaving it pink. And then deciding whether I want to do the cream or not. So we'll see.
Yeah, definitely.
So.
All right, my 19th was Spring in Your Step by Country Cottage Needleworks. And I am doing this on a 14 count Aida that was gifted to us.
Look at that.
I know.
That was the day we were outside.
It is gorgeous.
It really is.
Really
I
beautiful.
love that orange.
The colors are so pretty. Really, really pretty. So I am working from left to right and just adding in the leaves. I am missing one of the colors. I didn't have one of the colors. Pretty sure I was missing the color for the vine. So hopefully when we went to Michael's, that was one of the ones we got and I can fill it in. So I'm just doing the leaves and then I will connect everything by the vine. But I think it's so pretty. And I love the way it shows up against the blue. It's just
It's beautiful.
coming through very, very nicely.
And it looks very much like the background that she used.
Yeah.
So.
All right. You're up because I did not do the 20th. The 20th is the day I'm missing.
I started the Princess Bride sampler by the Snarky Crafter. And I started it on, I believe it's I know it's a 28 count, and it's Javelin. And I got the A done. And here it doesn't look too bad. When I'm looking at it, I think the X's are too big. So I'm thinking I might want to change it. Also, I don't think I placed it properly. Because I have to get all the way to F from here, and we're thinking I probably don't have enough room.
Yeah, you came in very, very far.
Yeah. I just wasn't thinking, I just
started. Sorry about that. Camera ran out.
I thought I was only starting in 3 inches, and we were doing our live Instagram, so I wasn't really paying, obviously, attention to what I was doing. So I think I'm probably just gonna change everything on this.
The 20th, I didn't start anything. We were up seeing our mom. Didn't get home till 12 o'clock at night. So it was just one of those days. And as I said, I will fill in somewhere with a second start.
Yeah, I just did both of mine yesterday.
For the 21st, but we got home from seeing my mom.
At 12:30.
Which is never a good time to go on Instagram or anything like that. And I saw something about, somebody was doing a Mary Poppins. So I went to look for Mary Poppins cross stitch patterns, and I fell into the little stitcher. And I fell in love with so many of her patterns. So many of her patterns.
She sent me the Mary Poppins one. She sent me the link. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I went in to look because I like the Mary Poppins one. And then I'm like, I'm sending her one. I'm like, oh, what about this? And then she's sending me, oh, what about this? And I'm like, it's just, money was spent. And
We bought so many that she gave us a free one. And the free one I chose was this one. It is The Wizard of Oz.
I don't even know why we didn't even pick that to begin with.
I don't either. It's seriously, how did we not pick
Yeah.
this? All right, so I started this on 32 count lamb's wool. And this is as far as I got.
Here. hold on, okay. Put the cardboard.
Okay. That is as far as I got. So I hate stitching on 32 count because it's very, very difficult to figure out, for me, how many stitches I'm supposed to go over, and in between the letters, you're supposed to go over 6 boxes, but it's really
a
11.
new way of doing things.
And it's just, so I started it over again. And when I started it over again, I started it over again on a piece of 16 count Ada.
She wanted to see how much of a difference it was, because this is 32 and 16, so
The size.
the sizing is the same, and is it just going to make that much of a difference? And if it wasn't going to make that much of a difference, you know, keep it,
So this
go
is
with the Ada and keep enjoying what you're doing.
the 16 count. It's a little bit more wrinkly. It's not as stiff. However, I think it looks beautiful.
Oh, I think it looks great.
I love, and I had so much more fun stitching on this one than I did on that one. Is that crooked? Does that look crooked?
Well, it's crooked because you've got it on the cardboard crooked. I think your fabric, I mean, as far as your stitches, you're fine.
The stitches are even.
Yeah.
The stitches are on the same line.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, they're good. All right. All right. The fabric, the top of the fabric is crooked. But that's where it is right now. I just was having such a good time doing this last night. And it's letters. I mean, it's silly little letters.
She made herself stop to
knit.
to knit.
I have a knitting project that I have to work on. And it's just, oh, I really, really, really enjoyed it. She crosses the Z. She's from Italy. And she crosses her Z like they do in Europe. I changed that and took out the cross because we don't. So I kept it with just, besides, I really like the clean look of that Z going.
Yeah.
Just nice crisp lines. So I'm going to continue on this. I love it on this. I'm not going to worry about this. And Helen may be able to use this for something. Otherwise,
I like 32 count. I don't like the lamb's wool. That's too...
It's stiff.
It's way too stiff for me.
it's very stiff. However, it makes the letters very, very crisp.
Oh, it does.
You know, so there's that. So yes, I am going to continue doing it on this. I love the way it looks on the fabric, and I'm just really very excited to keep going with it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, carry on.
Okay. So one of the other patterns we got from the little stitcher was the Witch's Brew. And that was my start yesterday. She calls for DMC, and I'm going to switch out the DMC for the witch and the cauldron and the letters for a classic Colorworks cauldron that I had bought for something else, because it's a lovely gray black variegated, and I think it's just going to really look cool. So that's what I'm going to do. However, what I started with was the 91 stitches that have to go across in white. And that is as far as I got. So it's on my 32 count Picture This Plus Heartland linen, which now has 4 projects. Actually, it's only 3, and one of them's getting pulled out.
So. Okay, so it's only 2 really.
Yeah.
And I mean, you don't even like that project very much, so it's really only 1.
No, I do. I love.
Oh, that is a very good one.
The
yeah.
Haunted Stitches.
That is very cool.
So yes, that is my start.
All right. So we are caught up till today.
21 days.
So now today I have a decision to make. I can do the little Stitcher Alice in Wonderland because, oh my God, Alice in Wonderland. That is one of the options. But I was watching a FLOSSTUBER this morning.
Was it Amy Loves Toads?
Amy Loves Toads. You're deleting all my things here.
No, I didn't.
No, it was the center thing had gotten pressed down.
Okay.
All right. And she was talking about a website called Snowflower Diaries. She is the Snowflower Diaries. The designer behind it is Maynia. She is from Hungary, and on her website, it's a blog, she has some free patterns from 2016 that she did for the months of the year. And I went through and took pictures of all of them because I love them. They're absolutely fantastic. They're so me. And then I saw that somebody had taken all 12 of them and put them into one coverage where she did the months of the year.
I adore him.
I know, he was one of...
The fact that he is front and center.
August was the one that caught my attention first because black and white dogs have a tendency to do that. And then June caught my eye. And now this lady switched things around because she put the bunny in March and moved the swan over to April. Easter was probably in March.
Riding the fox.
It's just, it's so...
Oh, look, there's Dudley.
So I'm torn between, do I start this and I'll start with April over on the side and work my way over like that and do it that way? Or do I start with Alice? The reason I'm not jumping on this right away is because I have some fabric coming that are different colors, so it might be better on a different color rather than the oatmeal color Ada that we have.
Well, I think for something this expansive, you want it to be as nice as you want. I mean, you want it to be really, really as fancy as possible.
Right.
And I think wait for the fabric on that one.
Wait for the fabric on this.
Right.
It should be coming.
Yeah, and the
although
Alice
mine
is
is not shipped yet, so I don't know.
Work well in the oatmeal. You can
yes.
always use one of mine, I suppose.
No, I think you got higher counts than
I got 18.
Oh yeah? Okay. Anyways, this is my decision. I have to decide. I mean, really, this is a horrible decision I have to make. Do I do Alice in Wonderland or do I do a Gorgeous April? I'm thinking I probably will start with Alice. And we got, as we said, quite a few of these, so I have several days worth that I can start doing things. And
well, some of the other ones we're waiting on the floss too.
Right.
So
you can always, there's always like anyway.
So my start for today, I am going to start the Llama Lump by Plum Street Samplers. So.
And you have your fabric and everything ready to go?
Yes. What am I doing it on?
Are you going to do it on that Ada?
Yes, that's what it is. I'm doing it on the 18.
It's going to be perfect on that.
It's on the 18 count
yeah.
Ada. So yes, that's what I'm doing it on.
Okay.
And we have, what did we figure? I could start the border.
Yes.
Right, we have the color, because it calls for all the fancy plus, so we have the color for me to start the border.
Right.
So. Okay, so.
That is as far as, well, that's quite a bit.
It, yeah.
That is quite a bit. So we have been very, very good as far as starting and
we have.
keeping through. All right, so you wanted to talk about...
I'm having
Mania.
issues with Mania. I'm going to finish it, but I'm getting kind of stressed with, hang on, stop. All the starts. And it's not stress that I have all these starts. That's not so much a problem, especially since 5 or 6 of them all have to be redone anyway. But I want to get more than a corner done.
Right.
And we don't have the time to devote each day to getting more than the corner done. Sorry, there's something behind us. So I'm looking forward to Maynia being over and being able to pick something that I want to work on and work on it for a couple days and see progress.
Right.
And feel
The way I'm looking at it is I have found 31 projects that I love. I absolutely love. And I'm going to go back over the year and then continue to work on them, knowing that I've got these wonderful projects.
Absolutely. And I'm learning a tremendous amount about what I like to stitch on,
right.
what I want to stitch on, fabrics, floss.
The other thing is, I think next year we go in saying, okay, we know that we're going to do this many, and we're going to have them ready to go before May actually starts, so that everybody, all those eager beavers who we were like, oh my God, look, they've got all their projects. Well, now I know why.
Well, yeah, and I mean, we will, knock wood, always have a very big thing at the start of Stitch Mania, doing Maryland sheep and wool.
Right.
So that first weekend, and so that you we started behind the 8 ball of go for Maryland sheep and wool, and oh, by the way, now you have to stitch too. So that if it's all ready, as you said, if it's all ready to go, and maybe what it is I'm going to stitch every single day, but I'm going to do 7 projects.
Right.
Or maybe I've seen a lot of people who are actually finishing things and they're being like monogamous until I finish.
I have seen that too.
And that there's this tremendous satisfaction in doing that.
I have not finished anything yet, so I don't know about that.
So that, we've started 31 and that's our basis, so that maybe next year I will build on it and say, okay, I'm going to this is the first one I'm doing, and I'm going to go until I finish.
Right.
We'll see how much I finish during the year.
Also, I think since we both started in January,
right,
stitching period in January, we came into this not knowing anything.
Oh, and we bought everything. And
we are now learning about things that work for us and things that flosses. We were saying, okay, we're just going to trade out everything for DMC, and because we can get the DMC, but then you start seeing somebody made a pumpkin that has 5 different colors of orange that came from one strand of floss, because it's all the variegations, and you're thinking, oh, okay, so now I know why they're using these, even though it may not look like there's variation in the actual strand hanging down. When you stitch with it, it starts showing up, so you don't want to switch it out.
Based on our profession, we would know.
Yeah.
And I knew it, actually, deep down inside, I think part of the reason why I said that I would go with the DMC was I knew what was going to happen. As soon as I got to the fancy floss, it was going to be like, as soon as I got to the nice indie dyed yarn, I'm not looking back, and I don't want to work with that crap anymore. Not the DMC is crap. There's always going to be a place for DMC, but for certain things, I'm going to want to switch out.
Right.
I'm going to be wanting to do
but we're going to
we had bought all the patterns, and now I'm getting the fabrics in line, and then we're starting to build the floss. Right.
And it's just it's a slow process. However, I am so glad that we did it.
Oh, I am too.
I am opening myself to all these new designers that I didn't know existed, and I'm finding. I always thought that cross stitch was more vintagey and more primitive, and it wasn't something I was interested in. You give me an invisible coachman driving a coach with the horses are actually crows, that gets me. Or a stack of goats.
And we don't own that one yet.
We don't even have that one yet, but like a stack of goats. I mean, you give me a stack of goats, you've got my attention.
Or the mice, the Lola mice.
Yes.
I mean, she gets so much personality, and the fact that with stitching you get that, and then with stitching you get all the, like the Nimue's. With all the different shadings and the colors that she uses, you get all of that detail.
Wait till you get to the fact that you have a combined thing that over the entire piece,
You use one
stitch.
stitch. Yeah.
One stitch. You do that combined for one stitch. It is all learning, however.
It is, but I don't think...
We are enjoying it. We are really, really, really enjoying it. And as you said, Stitch Mania is supposed to be your way.
Right.
So you are going to do it the way you want to do it. And it may be different from me, or we may both change.
Or do it
By next year, who knows?
We had all, I mean, it was perfect for us and the place where we are in cross stitch right now. We had all the patterns.
Right.
And it's like, okay, I'm never gonna, so now I've started all the patterns.
Right.
And now, you know, some of them I have to restart, but
That's okay.
yeah.
At least you didn't get very far. The other thing is, I would think that, you know, we have all these wonderful patterns, and that's great. So now you're ready, and you're ready to go for next year and everything, and continue through the year. And yet I still, even today, I downloaded 12 new patterns because I find somebody new, and I'm ready to start on. I had a whole list of what I was going to do. I've stuck to it maybe.
I think I'm about half and half.
5 out of the 31. I've actually, maybe a little bit more, but I have done a lot of new starts that weren't on that list. So I keep finding new patterns. There are a lot of really, really, really good
FLOSSTUBE
patterns.
is a very dangerous thing.
Yes, much like everything else. Yeah. So let us enable you to go find all these patterns, and you can join us.
So we will try and do
Show notes underneath.
show notes, but there probably won't. The video may upload before the show notes get in, so just give us a little bit of time. But we will put, because there's a lot of information.
Right. So tomorrow, hopefully by tomorrow, we will get show notes up.
This may not even upload till tomorrow because we have things to do tonight.
That's right. We are heading into New York, and we're going to go see Neil Gaiman.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about this. Going to talk about Good Omens. Very, very excited about this because I'm really excited about Good Omens. Which, if you have watched any of our other videos, you may know.
Yeah.
All right. We have nattered on for about an hour, so we probably should call
Time
it
to
quits.
go. Yep.
I hope you all have a wonderful week.
Yes. Enjoy your stitching. Enjoy Mania.
Create something new and beautiful, and we will see you in 2 weeks for Stitch
the
Mania.
very end of Stitch Mania. Right?
Nope. Week after it ends. We're going to be into June
Oh,
by then.
right. Okay. All right. Stitch
All
Mania.
right.
Yeah.
Stitch Mania will be over.
We'll show the end of Stitch Mania.
There you go. And if you are knitters and you are following us and you have not joined us for our Try Wizarding tournament yet, please join us over on the Crafty Toads Ravelry page. That we are starting June 1st, and if you are going to do it, you need to get on board.
Yeah, the sorting ceremony is today.
Yep.
So
sort yourself into your houses and let us know where you belong.
Yep.
So we will see you in 2 weeks with more stitching. We will see you hopefully next week with knitting.
Yep.
All right. Have a great week.
So long, everybody.
Bye.